by Trevor Murray at Trevorm 90. Job done. Jurgen Klopp will be relishing the UCL draw to come. Liverpool overcame the challenge of TSG 1899 Hoffenheim in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League qualifier, winning 42 on the night and 63 on aggregate to book the place in the main phase of the competition. Emirates scored 2 in the 10th minute and 21st minutes, with Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino scoring the other 2. Mark Uth grabbed a consolation before Sandro Wagner scored a late one, but Jurgen Klopp's team were much the better team throughout and deserved to go through to the Champions League first round proper, with the group stage draw to come on Thursday. So, let's take a look at how the players fared in our ratings. All are based on a base of 10. Liverpool Simon Mignolet 6 was untroubled for large portions of the night, but looked sketchy under the high ball, particularly in the 60th minute when it took him 2 attempts to gather a Pavel Kaderabek cross. Trent Alexander-Arnold 6 seemed keen to get involved at set pieces and was full of energy throughout. Faded a little in the second half, but should be proud of his efforts. Dejan Lovren 5. Lovren was a little suspect at the back for Liverpool, was guilty of giving possession away for Hoffenheim's opening goal and was perhaps fortunate to not be tested too much after that. Remains a worry defensively for Liverpool, and although he improved in the final 20 minutes, he will need to tighten his game against superior offences. Joel Matip 6 enjoyed a decent game on the whole. Didn't contribute too much, exactly 1 year to the day after he made his Liverpool debut. Alberto Moreno 6. Early on, the Spaniard's crossing and dead ball distribution weren't the best, but he warmed up to the occasion as the game went on and improved his delivery. Was always eager to get forward. Jordan Henderson 7. He exuded leadership on the field, did the simple things well, tracked back when needed, raced to the second ball often enough and distributed the ball comfortably. The England international earned himself a yellow card for a poor foul on Karim Demirbay at the end of the first half. Pressured the Hoffenheim backline superbly to create the opening for Liverpool's fourth strike. Emre Can Aidcom did extremely well to make up the ground for his first goal, slotting home Sadio Mane's clever back heel in the 10th minute, and again for his second. He was alert to the chance at the back post. He could easily have sealed a hat-trick in the 42nd minute, but squeezed his shot marginally wide of the far post. A top performance on the whole. Georginio Wijnaldum 6. His first-time ball into Main's feet in the 20th minute in the build-up to Can's first goal epitomized the sort of performance he put in on the night. He could, and perhaps should, have netted himself one, but his tackling and determination made up for that. Mohamed Salah 8. The new man for Liverpool looked lively and almost turned home Alexander-Arnold's deflected free kick early on, only to stab home his goal well after that. He was always keen to get at the fullbacks and will have done a little to make Reds fans forget about the whole Philippe Coutinho debacle, at least for a little while. Sadio Mane was electric against Hoffenheim. Should have scored in the early throws when played through by Roberto Firmino, but hit the ball straight at the keeper. Laid on a classy assist for the opener and was one of their standout players, using his pace, power and terrific skill to great effect throughout. A showman's performance. Roberto Firmino 8 showed composure to slide the ball into Wijnaldum's path as he hit the post in the lead-up to Salah's goal. Played a very clever game overall and took his goal well, even if it was laid on a plate for him by Henderson inside the box. Substitutes. Joe Gomez 6 came on for Alexander-Arnold with 25 minutes of normal time remaining. James Milner 6 took the place of Togolkan with 20 minutes of regulation time left on the clock. Ragnar Klavan was introduced for Maine with less than 3 minutes of normal time remaining. TSG Hoffenheim 1899 Ollie Baumann 7. The Hoffenheim fans will be disappointed on their journey home. Baumann did well to keep out Liverpool's early forages forward and was undoubtedly Hoffenheim's star man, often forced to repel attack after attack with some great saves that kept the scoreline lower than it could have risen. Pavel Kaderabek 5 picked up a yellow card for a nasty challenge on Maine in the opening half. Ghosted in and out of the match. Havard Nordvi 4 couldn't cope with Liverpool's aggressive attacking fluidity and was substituted in the 24th minute. Karim Demirbay 4. Demirbay was not on song against Liverpool and was expected to be more influential in the middle of the park, but he couldn't link defense to attack with fluidity. He also neglected his defensive duties. Sandro Wagner laid the ball on for Mark Uth's strike in the opening half, but like several of his teammates, he simply didn't contribute enough throughout. That said, he was starved of service for much of the match and did well to take his goal with 10 minutes remaining. Steven Zuber looked lost a great deal of the time when facing Salah down the flank and was run ragged for much of the opening 45. It was a theme that continued following the restart. Benny Hobner was fairly anonymous for the opening 30 minutes but woke up a little after that and began to impose himself physically to clamp down on Liverpool's elusive attacking forays. Kevin Vogt, the defender, had his hands full trying to stop Maine and Firmino. Far from the paciest player, it took him the opening 30 minutes to really gather his bearings and start to use his strength to his advantage. Got himself booked for a nonsense tackle on Firmino in the second half. Andre Kramaric offered little going forward, lost the ball several times and was rather anonymous for much of the first half. It was he, however, who crossed to assist for Wagner's header in the 80th minute. Serge Gnabry looked lively, hoofed the ball over the bar in the 7th minute when he should have scored, but he was offside in any case. In the 25th minute, he should have stroked the ball home after making good use of space on the left flank but dragged his effort wide. He, however, faded as the contest dragged on. Dennis Geiger was determined in tracking back in an effort to help his defensive teammates out. Received a yellow card for a silly foul on Wijnaldum on the half-hour mark. Substitutes Mark Uth, introduced in the 24th minute for Noordwijlen, scored less than 4 minutes later to net his second goal in as many games against the Reds to give his side a sliver of hope. He was a live wire after that as he forced a corner at the end of first half stoppage time with a decent pop shot. Adam Salai could do little to force a way back into the tie for Hoffenheim. Jeremy Toljan by the time he had been introduced, the match was already well and truly over as a contest. Tried his luck with a long-range effort in the 66th minute but could only produce a dribbling effort that was blocked away to safety.